All right, we are live, gentlemen. We are live with Emperor Wang tonight. Emperor Wang, Blue Collar
Aloha.
and Vegas Stacker. Emperor Wang comes from Studio 304,
That's
Honolulu,
right.
Honolulu, Hawaii. So, what's going on, Wang? How's everything?
Everything's going great. I've had a great weekend. I needed these 3 days. And let me take a minute to shout out all the fallen service members um,
Absolutely.
that this holiday is named after. This is not for veterans. This is for troops who were killed in war. And
Absolutely.
if you're a family member or a loved one of one, then my love and thoughts go out to you.
And
That's
you know
all.
what? I think it would be appropriate. And I think let's just observe a moment of silence. Let's just have like 30 seconds of silence for the fallen.
I'm down.
All right,
I
let's do
agree.
it. All right, let's get it on.
All right. And with that being said, thank you, Emperor Wang, for serving. Much appreciated. That is something that Blue Collar and I have talked about. I think last either Saturday or maybe Monday, we spoke about it and how neither one of us have served, but we know people that have. And I've had family members that have served, quite a few. And I think my dad didn't really encourage it because of the time when I was turning of age. But I
Well, I
always
don't have any
appreciate those.
kids, but if I did, I would not encourage it personally. And my father was a Marine um, before me, and when he found out that I was about to go into the Marines, he did try to dissuade me, and now I know why. So I would do the same thing.
Like my grandfather was not born in this country, but he served in World War II. My father served in Vietnam. And when I was turning of age, it was like the Gulf War era. So, he didn't want to ship me out and have me not come back.
Mhm.
Um, so he did not, but I mean, he was always pro military and everything. So I think if we weren't at war at the time, he would have pushed me to go. But just different times, different ideas.
Yeah.
But I always respect the people that have served and that do serve, that have given the ultimate sacrifice, and even the ones that have not given the ultimate sacrifice. Just because they haven't lost their their breath and their physical life does not mean they have not given up major sacrifices in their own life.
100% correct.
So
Absolutely.
we got Stacker Staker Dividend Maker said he was the first of the worst. B Taylor was here bright and early as always. You guys are great and awesome. Stacker Staker Dividend Maker is also former military or military. Maybe there's not such thing as former military. Once you are, you always are. Greatly appreciate your service as well. Silver Sleuth, mahalo as always from Vahai. Blue Collar Stacker, B Taylor Bean, Becky. Thank you for being in here, Aunt Becky, as the Wayne calls you.
Hi, Becky.
Um, Christian, Virginia, thank you. Grabbing a cup of coffee to hang out with us. Greatly appreciate it. Dub C is here. I hope he caught his breath from his last video. He is very long winded. FG Stacker, Blue Collar has a piece on his desk for you. And if you guys do not know FG Stacker, he does awesome hand pours. Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. I'm sure everybody knows that.
I got FG's one of his hand poured copper rounds right here. It just feels so good in hand. It's always close by ever since he sent it. Really love it. Thanks, FG.
Does it look like that?
Yep.
Brothers, tree of life,
We
brother.
also have Stack That Gold, Littlefoot, and I think I caught up with everybody. If I didn't catch up with you and I missed you, I am sorry, but the Kansas Kid is also in here. Emerald Coast Stacker, Gators Golden Coins, Mandy's Candy. Holy cow.
Hey, what's up,
Thank you,
Gator?
everybody.
Gator showed up. What's up, my brother?
Wow, we got a stacked peanut
Nice.
gallery today.
Ross Babo, he's in here. I think he who brought the snacks. We forgot the popcorn, sorry. The E is for enormous. Littlefoot says, yes, that is.
That was classic, dude. So
I
listen,
had no idea that was going to get any traction when I said that. I thought it was a throwaway joke.
oh no, that's a forever. That's gonna hold on forever, dude. You're gonna have
Silver
to get
State
it
is here as
tattooed. You're
well.
gonna have to get that tattooed.
I
So
was, I was cracking up. When I watch, you're freaking hilarious. I watch your videos. They always crack me up. I love it.
Appreciate it. So I was kind of bummed when I found out Liberty wasn't going to be here. So I wasn't like emotionally prepared. I thought like the balance was off. So to kind of help me adjust, I brought this to kind of like be a stand-in and kind of like make me feel like he's here. And this is a stuffed capybara. It was either this or the blow up doll under my bed, but I thought this was more appropriate. So I'm gonna place it right here so it feels like the whole gang is together, if that's okay.
Perfect.
absolutely. Yeah, we
Um,
miss him. He'll be back, I think, and I think he's just taking a little bit of a sabbatical, and hopefully he'll be back. He's always welcome. He gets a link every single week or every single show. And he knows that, his chair is there. So,
Well, at least this way, I feel like he's here, in spirit. So
hey, everybody throw a heart up in the chat for LBS, okay?
he
So,
is he's been back to making his content like he was before he was focusing on our lives, which is cool to see. I mean, not that it's sort of weird, but the lives do take up a little bit of time. Not that it's a reason to back away from content, and it's not like it takes hours and hours to prepare, but it's different. It's 2 hours out of 2 days that normally could be used to make other content, but it's cool. Pure Metals is here. Thank you.
shout out to Pure Metals.
yeah, I'm sorry. I missed your podcast yesterday. I was just tied up, had work issues, and sorry I couldn't be there.
I actually just had my first sale on Pure Metals from Big Poppy, so
Oh,
that was pretty cool.
What'd you
So,
sell?
he bought one of these right here, these 5-ounce Memorial Day copper bars.
Oh, nice.
yeah, that's a beautiful piece, man. I love that thing.
It's freaking cool. The details on it, I mean, it's copper, but the detail on it's freaking pretty cool.
Well, you say that like copper is a bad thing, dude. There was a
It's
whole
not a
era.
bad thing, but like Big Poppy said, it's the most expensive copper he's ever bought.
Well, no doubt about that. But I mean, listen, there was a Bronze Age, there was a Copper Age too.
That's true.
I mean, copper
That is
was a
true.
big, huge discovery in the world at one time.
So enormous. This alien right here is yours as soon as I put him in the box.
Awesome. Can't wait.
I have
And
to wrap him
I
up.
I gotta confess, I haven't put your swag pack in the mail yet either, but it is ready to go. I just got to drop it in the box.
No
And
worries,
I
no
threw
hurry.
in a little surprise for you.
I like surprises.
Surprises are good.
It's all a surprise because I don't know. It was pretty cool. You emailed me saying you wanted to send me some swag, and like I emailed you back. I haven't got into the whole swag swapping with the community. For one, I don't have a PO box, so I tend not to put my address out there, and I don't have anybody else to send it to, like somebody else.
Same.
If I have you send it to Constitutional, I don't think I'll get it in time. So, I'm where I signed up for a PO box, so who knows? Maybe I'll start accepting stuff. But
Yeah,
I'm
when I
not
sent
one.
that email, I didn't know. I just felt bad because I knew I had sent Joe and Liberty some stuff, and I was like, I can't leave Vegas out. He's got to get some stuff too. So that's why I sent the email.
I appreciate it. I'm more of a giver. I'm not. I don't tend to like to receive things because I don't know, just that type of person. But I greatly appreciate
that
you
what you put in
reaching
your
out.
Tinder bio? Like, I'm just a giver, you know.
I'm a
Like,
giver at heart. It's all
Sounded
about
like,
you, not
sounded like
me.
he's trying to date us.
I didn't even Tinder. I didn't. Even, I wasn't even in the Tinder era. I don't think.
Now you were married by then, dude.
I've been married for almost 6 years, but
oh,
I've
see,
been with my wife for almost 10 years. It is 10 years. No, it will be 10 years.
Oh yeah, yeah. So maybe
yeah,
you
I
do
didn't
know.
know that, Vegas. And actually, I'm going to get to that with some questions. I actually compiled some questions for you guys. I thought it might be fun for me to ask you guys some questions. I don't know if you guys are into that.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah,
far.
that'll be
So,
cool. It's a reverse interview.
yeah. So I have two questions for each of you personally, and then I have three, three questions for the panel, which means for both of you. Not all of these are for me. Some of these are write-ins from my vast international audience. So we'll see. The first one is for blue collar. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Blue collar stacker. You currently live in Florida. However, your accent sounds like you're from the same town as Tony Soprano. Are you in the witness protection program? And how many people have you whacked?
Well, I can't talk about that, but there may be some truth to that.
No, nobody goes on the internet. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no, I'm originally from New York, Long Island specifically, and I lived there for 37 years, and I've been down here for 22 years. So I will never lose my New Yorkness. It is what it is.
His wife tends to let the dog out quite a bit too.
No, the dog.
Dog.
Let the dog out. She's like, let
Anything
the
in
dog out.
particular you miss about New York, or
Absolutely nothing. Nothing. Except
You don't
friends.
miss the food?
Nah, you know, you get used to the food wherever you live, man. I when I go back, I love to have pizza, Chinese food, things like that. A couple of different restaurants that I used to go to. You know, but home cooking from my mother-in-law is what we mostly eat when I go there because she still lives there.
Okay,
And
fair enough.
yeah, I mean, I'm not a big foodie to begin with, but I'm more of a cheap date, you know, burgers, fries, filet mignon like I cooked last night, but I cooked it at home.
nice.
Yeah.
Actually, I get it. I grew up in Alabama, came to Hawaii when I was 22, which was 21 years ago, which is crazy to think about. And I really don't miss anything about Alabama except maybe the food.
Now you don't even have a hint of an Alabama accent though.
Yeah, I think I watched too much TV when I was a kid.
I was gonna ask you where you're originally from because I figured it was not Hawaii.
Say again?
I was gonna ask where you were from because I was figuring you weren't from Hawaii originally.
Yeah, from Gadsden, Alabama. I lived there till I was 22, and that's when I joined the Marines and got stationed out here, and I just never left.
Yeah, why
Nice.
would you, right?
Yeah, I think when I was on the shuttle bus ride from the airport to the base, I called my mom and said, "I'm never leaving." You know, we were going over the Poly Mountains, and it was raining, and like waterfalls were coming down, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I had never seen anything like it.
You know, I've never been. It's on my bucket list. I've never been.
Yeah,
Uh, but I gotta definitely get out there.
What island are you on? I forgot. It's in your email, but I just forgot.
it's Oahu. It's the one
Oh wow.
everybody's on. It's the one where Honolulu is. Um, Honolulu is kind of a concrete jungle. If you want like the postcard Hawaii, you'd probably want to go to like Maui or the Big Island. I would like to retire to the Big Island. Actually, I
I
love
think
it
my
there.
mother-in-law and my sister-in-law are on Oahu. I have not been. I've been to Kauai and I've been to Maui.
Both beautiful islands.
Yes, they were.
I
So
would actually recommend those before I would recommend coming here.
Well, that's why we did those because I mean we live in freaking Vegas, so we have people and touristy, all that touristy stuff that you could ever want.
Mm.
So when we do go on vacation, we want more of a relaxed atmosphere, and Kauai is definitely a relaxed atmosphere. Maui, I think we did it before the fires. I think we did Maui like 7 years ago, maybe.
Mm.
But when we did Maui, it's like just enough tourism, but not too much. So those islands, they both were perfect. Perfect.
And I've never been to Las Vegas.
You're not missing anything.
I don't know
Talk
about
about
that.
talk about
we,
concrete jungle.
we got to fix that. We got to get you out to one of the coin shows out there.
It's the ninth island, brah.
That's true. My next question is for Vegas.
I'm ready.
It says, who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah, that's what it says. It says, who are you? This might be from an intern. I don't know. But that's what it says.
I am a 45-year-old heterosexual male with one wife, two
Well, why you got to
dogs.
throw that in so early? Like,
Hey, you never know nowadays. Uh,
that was pretty quick, you know. I'm
with
definitely not gay.
it's not me. Been married almost 10 years, stacking a little over 1 year, doing YouTube for 1 year, a little over 1 year. That's it. That's me. That's me in the easiest way. Sorry, Dub C, but yes, I'm not gay. Dub C says I used to be cool, and then he
Well,
says he's not gay, bro.
I'm glad all those rumors have been dispelled. Finally.
This ring belongs to a female, not a male. Okay.
Not that there's anything
No,
wrong with that. I mean,
nothing
come on,
wrong with those who
let's
swing
make
that
that
way.
clear.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with that. To each their own. Just
That's one thing I've never had an issue with. I've had a lot of gay friends over the years. That's, I mean, you can't in today's world. You just can't be. You can't be prejudiced or bigoted in any way. It just doesn't work.
I never understood why anybody gave a fuck. Like, I literally don't care what anybody else does unless they are personally hurting or harming me, then I don't give a fuck.
There you go.
I 100% agree with that. Absolutely. To each their own, hey, your life, you live it. It's my life, I live mine.
That's right.
Stack That Gold says Vegas has changed since the pandemic. Absolutely, it has. I agree. 100%. It used to be an awesome place to visit. Now it's just so.
I would disagree with that.
You just
I love visiting Vegas.
you love the coin shows. You could give a shit less about Vegas. You just want to go to the coin show.
No, to be honest with you, dude, I really do. I was, anybody ever asked me, because I live in Florida, right? Where did people go to retire? They go to Florida, right? And I'm thinking, where the hell am I going to go? I don't want to stay here, you know? And if I did make a move to retire, it would be in the desert Southwest, I think. I don't know if my wife would be down with that, but, she'd get used to it after a while.
Vegas
You
isn't
know
a bad
that
spot.
little desert town in the movie Tremors, like that middle of nowhere town where like that's kind of where I want to retire.
That is a
Minus the
classic
Tremors.
freaking movie.
Yeah.
Stack That Gold says a lot of places went out of business. All you can eat places are crazy expensive now. Yeah, there used to be a lot of 24-hour restaurants, which my wife and I loved, being that we work the late shift. We used to go get Korean barbecue at 4 a.m, which was freaking awesome. But now you can't even go to the Walmart or the grocery store at 5 a.m. So sort of different.
Well, I think if you're a local, you're not much of a socializer, if you will, Vegas.
Not anymore, no.
No. So the last time I was out there, I went to dinner with LBS and his son, and he took me to this little dive bar in the middle of nowhere, and like just a little, tiny dive bar. It had great food, prices were good. So I guess you just got to know where to go out there, you know?
It's for food, it's a great place. And like when we go on vacation, it's hard for us to find good restaurants because we have so many here. Um, sort of spoiled by the restaurants and stuff we have here.
Yeah.
So I
You
mean
you
that's
work in a casino?
yes.
Does it
I
have
work in,
a restaurant inside?
yes,
I
lots of
actually have a
restaurants.
question related to that
He,
later.
he sounds like he sounds like he's in a deposition when uh, he doesn't want to say too much.
Do I need the light on me? How do you know I'm not in witness protection? So I got a
Exactly.
question for you from the chat there, Mr. Enormous.
Go for it.
Littlefoot would like to know, Mr. Enormous, what got you into wait, what got Enormous into collecting? Did you collect before you joined the military?
Um, Extremely casually. I have some coins going back to my childhood that my father bought me. He was and is a very casual collector. Um, what got me into it seriously a couple years ago was when I was looking into investing overall, and there's a common wisdom where you would have so much of your overall investments in government bonds, and I thought bonds were not really performing, and I compared them against precious metals, and I thought it would be better to replace that portion of your portfolio um, with precious metals instead of bonds. So I started stacking, but then that kind of like bumped up with my collecting, and then everything kind of took off from there. If that makes sense.
Makes sense.
So I noticed just by watching your videos, you seem very much partial to gold. Would you consider yourself a gold man?
I prefer gold to silver because it, I just think it is a more reliable store of value over time. Silver, like I'm always hearing like silver is going to break out, silver is going to have a runs, this or that will happen, and then silver will have its moment. But really, when has silver ever had its moment? It's been a reliable hedge against inflation, and I will always maintain a position in silver, but it's not going to be my focus like gold.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, I just recently traded some gold for silver because I felt like the ratio was so high that it's almost like a can't lose proposition. You know, eventually it's going to come back into double digits. You
Yeah,
know?
you did an excellent video on that, and I've said it before. Your video on playing that ratio to your advantage should be like reference material. It was educational, and I think people are going to be referring back to that video for a long time to come.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Everyone, go check it out.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man. No, it was like, yeah, because it was like it's done in two parts, right? It was the original trade from silver to gold and then back to silver. And
Yeah,
here I sit with my silver and then Kansas Kid, right? So I got all that silver. What I did was I packed it in a coffee can, right? And because I want it to be a unit when I trade it back so that I know exactly how well I did, right? Not that you can't do the math, you can obviously do the math, but I wanted to trade the same exact silver back so that it's not like, oh, well, you started with bars and then you traded eagles, so you got a better ratio or whatever. So yeah, it's all sitting in a coffee can in my secret underground lair.
nice.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's going to go back as a unit, all 215 ounces.
I'm trying to find that video so I can link it in the chat. I'm
Uh,
sure most people
you don't have
watched
to
it,
do
but I
that.
will. Why not?
It's all good, man. It's out there. If somebody wants to find it, they'll find it.
Let me skip to a panel question. Speaking of what you just spoke of,
Yep.
in the stacking and collecting world, what is the worst advice you've ever heard, and or the worst advice that you think is a commonly held concept or misconception?
Go ahead, blue collar. I got to think about this one.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing. Go ahead. I got to think about that one.
I'll throw mine out.
Yeah, go ahead.
The whole if you can't hold it, you don't own it. I hate that phrase. I like, first of all, like if you can hold it, it can be taken away from you either by force or by the forces of nature. You know, wildfires, earthquakes. Here we got tsunamis, volcanoes, what have you. Like one thing I'm constantly worried about is the risk I'm taking upon myself in maintaining the physical security of these assets. You know, each little piece, like backyard bullion says, is kind of like owning a tiny house, and you assume that risk. Of course, things you can't physically hold, like stocks and bonds or index funds or whatever, could be a safer bet generally than these tiny physical assets. But it's best to diversify. So I hate that phrase. It's like, no, you're taking on risk.
That's a good one. And that made me think of two different ones, but I will go with stacking and collecting gold and silver is not an investment. I don't agree with that phrase.
Same.
Everybody says it's not an investment, it's a hedge against inflation, but it is a hedge against an inflation. But if you look up the technical term of investment, you're putting time, money, and effort with the expectation of a return in that time, energy, and money. So therefore, I see it as an investment. Some people don't believe it's an investment, but then they'll talk about property as an investment. Well, property costs you money every year. You don't own your property because you will always pay taxes on your property. I don't know. So I don't. That's my whole thing. I still think of it as an investment.
I agree with you, 100%.
So why blue collar's thinking about his Crow Dragon says it's good to stack copper. That's his worst advice. Dub C says buy gold backs is his worst advice. Silver State agrees with Emperor Wang, says he's 100%. He hates that phrase too. I agree with you. The whole if you don't hold it, you don't own it, because I mean you don't own land. I mean you don't hold your land, but you own it per se. You know what I mean? You don't hold your money. Nobody who walks around with their bank account in their pocket. You don't hold that. So therefore, are you saying that you don't own your bank account? You don't hold it. It's numbers on a freaking computer screen nowadays.
Well, I would counter with a lot of people thought they had money in the bank, and that when the banks crashed in the 20s, right? And then they didn't have money in the bank, and if they had gold, they'd still have money. Same thing goes for stocks and bonds. I mean, stocks and bonds can default. Stocks companies can go bankrupt. The precious metals in your hand or in your safe or buried in your yard like Silver Sleuth does will always be there. It will always be there. So I tend to agree with that statement. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. You look at things like the SLV and the GLD, right? Those are run by Chase. Chase has been accused of manipulation and found guilty of manipulation and fined like $920 million for manipulating metals markets, right? What's to say they can't just blow out all the metals and say, okay, here, we're giving you a number on a ledger. You want metals, you want to hold them. That's just my opinion.
That's what makes everything. That's what makes this whole stacking and everything like that. It's good because everybody has their own opinions, and that's what makes this country great.
I love the conversation around it. I love discussing these ideas.
You're coming up with some good questions.
Yeah, and it was funny when you said before an interview. The first thing that came to my mind was it's not really an interview; it's more of a conversation. We're just here bullshitting, you
Yeah.
know. And that's the way I want it to feel. I don't know about Vegas. I'm not going to talk to him for him, but I just want it to feel like we're sitting in a living room just bullshitting, you know.
Well,
Yeah.
you guys are going to love the next panel question.
We got another one for from Littlefoot for you before we go to another question for us.
Go for it.
I guess we're just going to rotate here. Littlefoot has good questions as well. He says, "If I may ask, Mister question mark question mark question mark, why do you think men stack more than women? I have my theories, but I was curious to yours." So maybe that's a panel question because it doesn't really say for who. So we'll leave Mr. Wang since he's our guests first.
Why?
That's a great question.
This is not going to be like a PC answer, but I also hope that no one really finds offense with it. I just think that generally speaking, men may be more hobby oriented and maybe more acquisition oriented. Does that make sense?
That makes sense, and that's a good point because I don't know about you guys, but like growing up, it was collecting baseball cards or
Yes.
that type of thing. So it's to me that's a good way of looking at it. It's just it's a different version of collecting baseball cards.
Right. I would venture to say that men also tend to be more on the obsessive compulsive side, right? A lot of the times I'm going to buy silver, not because I need to buy silver, because I just want to be there in the shop. I want to see what's there. It's like I feel this need to go buy something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Littlefoot says his answer is not PCE either. Silver Sleuth says males care about things, females care about people. Silver Sleuth says it's psychological. Dubsy says to me, metals aren't an investment; they are a store of wealth. That's a good point too, Dubsy. You are correct, but it's a store of wealth that you hope to have a return in the end as well. Because you didn't buy that $20 silver, and you're only expecting to get $20 back.
Dubsy is a smart dude. Like
He is.
it was actually you guys that turned me on to him because I saw him on Monday Night Metals, and I was like, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about. And then I go to his channel, and it's just like knowledge out the ass.
Yeah,
Great member of the community.
the knowledge is unlimited. Dubsy turned me on to Mexican silver. I mean, he's got an amazing collection from what he shows. God knows what he really has, but I mean that beer stein that he has, the beer mug. I don't know what you call it. Kill me for that in the chat, but solid sterling silver, 1700s, 200 plus years old. It's amazing.
So somebody has a good point. They said they would like to have hear Becky's take on that question. So Becky, if you want to throw your thoughts in there, we would be glad to hear it.
Yes.
Okay, so what was the next question?
For the panel?
Dubsy says he's going to trademark that phrase, knowledge out the ass. So
Dude, make it your channel handle.
Yeah.
Dubsy.
Why don't you put that
knowledge out the ass.
Put that as your motto on your channel description.
Make that your next sticker, dude.
Knowledge out the ass. That was great, dude. Okay, go ahead. Let's see what you got. What else?
Okay, this one is a write-in. I didn't write this question.
Like,
this is
where
from.
you get these questions from? Can I ask you that? Really?
This is from one. It's from my millions of international viewers. Millions.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
We'll go with that.
I didn't write this.
Want to know?
Okay. So this person writes, the other day it occurred to me that out of all the U.S. presidents, one of them had to have had the biggest schlong. And it got me wondering if the old-timey presidents were packing more heat than the modern ones. Surely a guy like George Washington had to have been rocking a thigh slapper. I no shit spent like 15 minutes pondering presidential hog. Does that make me gay? This person writes.
Oh man, I'm gonna go
Um,
with I know who had the biggest schlong. It's legendary, and it's Lyndon Baines Johnson. Johnson, where do you think the name came from?
Oh shit. Lived up to his name.
He lived up to his name.
no, that does not make you gay.
No,
That's the same thing as when you're watching porn. Do you watch porn with guys with little peckers or big peckers? Does that make you gay if you'd rather watch porn with guys with big peckers?
yes.
No.
Monday
Also,
night at its
that wasn't
finest,
me that wrote
ladies.
the question. That's this person.
Monday night's finest here, right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to Monday Night Metals.
For
Little
only
Fuzz
the
says,
most serious precious metals content.
That's right. Oh, and on that note, Dub C says, "Great chat, gents. Got to duck out. Catch everyone in the streams." Thank you, Dub C.
Good night, Doug.
Always
Peace
be
out,
learning.
WC.
Thank you for the knowledge out the ass.
Yes.
Oh my God. Presidential
Jack Gold
hog.
says this chat is not kid appropriate. That's for sure. But it's entertaining. We're here to entertain. That and
Sorry, I
that
didn't
is,
realize we were on the Disney Channel.
no, not at all. You've seen this. You've seen Monday nights before, and it gets pretty crazy.
So
I don't know if this.
Becky says women need shiny things too, and I agree. But
That's true.
women tend to collect gold and silver, or gold for the most part, in the form of jewelry. At least my ex-girlfriends did, the bitches.
She also said that she thinks that men are just natural hunter-gatherers, similar to what Wang said. So it goes back to that aspect.
Absolutely. Yes, I agree.
It's cool.
I could
Disney
be wrong.
is raunchier than Monday Night Metals. Really, Silver Sleuth? I haven't watched Disney lately. Maybe I got to tune in.
Yeah, really. I haven't watched Disney since my kids grew up.
Hey, Becky,
Tech,
I
isn't
keep
it?
your poker chip handy, just so you know,
Hold on.
right here.
Let me fluff you up here. Hold on.
Make them big. Speaking of big,
Go ahead. You're full size. You can show it now.
Oh, here we go. Becky's poker chip with Mr. Dilly on the back.
Nice.
That's one of the
So I
ones I
noticed
keep
that-
close by.
I noticed that sticker over your left shoulder. Stewed IO 304. I love it.
Oh yeah, we had the sign company come by today to install professional signage. So yeah, the ink is still drying.
Looks very nice.
So, Emperor Wang, I got a question for you.
Yes.
And you don't have to answer, and you can just cryptically answer if you want. You had said one time, I think it was in one of your videos or on a live stream, that you wear sunglasses because of your job. You have to kind of conceal your identity. Is that a
Yeah,
fact?
yeah. I got one of those jobs where you can't really express an opinion online or do anything. So I try to kind of suppress my image. I don't walk around like this. So
Is the beard real?
the beard is real, yes.
Oh, okay.
You
wasn't sure if that-
laugh. You laugh at that. My wife, I said something to my wife before because I was making that short, right? Which and she's like, she's like, why does he always wear those glasses? I said, because he's like some kind of high profile job where he can't,
It's not a high profile job.
he can't get recognized. I'm thinking, I'm just trying to make her think like you're CIA or something, right?
No.
So she's like, is the beard real? She asked me if the beard was real.
Yeah.
He says his other job is being Clark Kent.
Yeah, he's a reporter by day, superhero by night.
Is that why you're going to get the Superman piece?
No, I actually don't really give a shit about Superman. I think Batman is way cooler. I think most people probably think Batman is way cooler. But I feel like The Superman one will be a hotter item just because of the sort of demographic of people who do buy straight from the U.S. Mint. I know Superman is really popular with like my father's generation, for example. I know he's really into Superman, and I think that's the demographic that's gonna like buy it up and make it valuable on the secondhand market. I could be totally wrong. Maybe the Batman, maybe the Wonder Woman, maybe none of them will be hot items, but I'm just kind of throwing in on Superman.
So it's more of a flippable piece.
Yeah, it's a flip stack piece for sure.
Yeah, didn't you say in the video you felt like you had to buy it? Like you felt like, you know, you're going to buy multiple pieces or whatever?
Yeah, I feel like I can't really pass it up. I think it's gonna be some hot flip stack stuff.
Yeah. That's the way, you know, it's funny when the flowing hair came out, the night before the sales closed out, I was sitting there with it in the cart and I was like, you know what? I'm not paying that much money for this. And then we all know what happened, right?
Yeah.
So when the Star Privy came out, I didn't sleep on that. I bought like basically the best one you could buy, the 70 with the early release and the 8 era label and all that shit. And I was like, you know what? I got screwed on this thing, and now it's like double the value.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah. But now I think this Eagle Privy thing, the 70s, they want like almost $600 for them. I don't
I
know.
saw that.
I don't know about that.
The privy thing, I hate it, but I don't think it's going away. I think it's going to be kind of like the new normal. You know, we all know it's like forced scarcity, kind of like a Pokemon shiny card or whatever. Um, but I don't think it's going away. It's been too successful, and they're not going to walk away from that sort of profit. They can put a privy mark on a few thousand American silver eagles a year and sell them for triple, quadruple the price. They're not going to walk away from that. I think
agree.
we're going to have to deal with it.
Stack
Yeah.
that gold agrees. He says it's just a money grab.
Yep.
What did I see? Emerald Coast Stacker. That's my brother's saying. Emerald Coast Stacker says you make your money when you buy it. My brother always says that too. He buys a lot of well, not buys a lot, but he works on boats. So if he can get a deal on a boat, he'll buy it and then he'll end up flipping it. But it's like he said, it's when you buy it, you make your money then.
Yeah, no, I've always said that about metals too. It's like I buy very well from my shop because I got a great shop, right? But there's deals everywhere, man. You go out like Stacker Factor. What was that on Reddit? Was it PM Sales or something?
Yeah,
PM.
he buys off of Reddit a lot. I've looked on there and I'm just like, I'm just nervous.
Yeah, you know what though? He does all these videos where he buys from there under spot,
He
and
kills it on.
he's got a Sigma and he tests everything. And if he said if there's anything ever comes through fake, they'll back it up. So I don't know. Maybe it
If
is.
you ever want to buy, silver under spot, I can give you a link to a good whatnot channel.
Yeah, that would be yours, right?
Ah, yeah, thanks. Yes.
I haven't dipped my toes into whatnot yet. I haven't done
It's
any of that.
It's an interesting group, I'll say that.
it's dangerous because it's a coin shop at your fingertips.
Hmm.
So I mean, I find myself buying stuff and I'm just like, I don't know why I bought it. So I mean, it's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? Some of the deals are great. Didn't you just pay $25 for a Morgan?
Yeah.
I mean, how do you beat that?
I snagged a 10-ounce bar for like 280, 290. And that was when spot was like 33 something. So it is what it is.
So
Chris in Virginia says there's a few pieces on Pure Metals that are less than $1 over. Dirty Eagles at $35. There are deals out there to be had. Yeah, Pure Metals there's the more and more people go on there, the more and more it's gonna grow.
I grabbed this Tree of Life from Kazoo the other day. You got one too, didn't you?
I think I sold it today, probably at a loss.
30 bucks. Paid $30 for it. $2.50 under spot. And it's a Geiger piece. I'm not impressed with the backside. It's a kind of a weird design on the back, but I mean, how do you beat it? $30 under spot, Geiger. I mean, I'll take it all day. There's a lot of good deals on there. You can definitely find good deals, but you can get screwed too. Just like anywhere.
Says, I disagree with that. It's a coin shop at your fingertips. That's what I thought I said. Did I not say that?
Yeah,
I thought that's what you said.
Especially like if you like Factor was talking
I got it.
Stacker Factor was talking about secondary market. Kansas Kid was talking about secondary market for like vintage, right? I did that video with all that vintage. And he's saying, oh, you never sell that to a coin shop. And I totally agree with that. But where are most people going to sell it? You're going to sell it on eBay and pay 15%? You know, Pure Metals would do. But if you got a Whatnot channel, at least you're going to get a couple of bucks over spot, unless you're Vegas. Then you just give shit away. Yeah, and then you just give it away for $2 under.
Yeah, great. Because you got your guy telling you, run it, buck and go, buck and go, buck and go. Okay,
Yeah,
buck and go.
I was in there this morning modding for him, and I was breaking his balls. You know, I was like, dude, buck and go, man. Sudden death, buck and go. Just do it. And you know what I was doing, and I'm not going to say this too loud. I was trying to bid shit up. I was trying to, like, you know, shill it up a little for you.
Yeah, meanwhile, you got great deals.
You know, I didn't. It wasn't my intention to get great deals. That's all I'm saying.
No, I know. I know you meant it in the best intent. And I know what's going on when I go into it. So I'm not expecting to get rich off of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things. So Emperor, I'm not sure if you're familiar, but Blue Collar more than I've only done 3 shows, I think, but we're dabbling in it. He's doing a little better than I am, but I'm trying to flip my stack and try and turn it into something. So we'll see. I'm gonna see how it works out.
Well, maybe I'll. What is it, like an app or a website?
Yeah.
Or
It's an app. It's a dangerous app. I got what Littlefoot was saying. He disagrees because when he walks out of a coin shop, he has the items in his hand. That's what he meant. I got you. So it's not like a coin shop because you don't walk out with it.
see,
But I mean,
my
that's
local
just-
coin shops suck, and I feel like Hawaii coin shops should be in a completely different category, like their own category of coin shops, because rent is so high here. You're paying the rent premium. The prices at my local coin shop are freaking insane. Anything silver they have, you can get cheaper online, even with like the worst shipping deal ever. Like the only reason I go into the coin shop is for the occasional shot at seeing a numismatic piece where they don't know what they have. And I've gotten lucky a few times with that. But like all your standard stuff, no way.
I find that to be a similar situation here in Vegas. There are very few that have deals that you can't pick up online. So I get it. It sucks, but like you said, I'll still go into the coin shop to see what they have. I mean, like I found 1983 Engelhard prospectors, and they were like $35. You know, they were $3 over spot, I think, at the time. So
Son of a
there's
bitch,
deals.
charged me $50 for that thing.
Yeah, you did.
No, you did.
I know, I did. It cost you. You still got a deal.
I guess. I don't know.
Oh.
That was my wife. You know, I yelled at my wife after that. My wife's like, you were like, oh, make me an offer. And my wife goes, I don't know, is 50 sound fair? And I was like, shut the fuck up. What are you, $50?
LBS gave me 2 ounces.
Yeah, no, it was a good deal. I'll take it.
I gave him a half ounce back. I was getting 2 ounces for it at the coin show. You could have traded it at the coin show for 2 ounces, and you would have
No,
came out ahead.
I'll hold on to it, dude. That makes the set. You understand? I got
I owe
every.
you a half ounce. I'll give you a half ounce.
You
We'll
don't
make
owe
it
me
square.
nothing. I'm breaking your balls.
When's the next big Vegas coin show?
July.
July, which is hot as hell, or October, I think is the one after.
Yeah, October.
I'm gonna have to make it out there one day. One, just so I can check the box and say I've been to Vegas, which I've never been. Well, I was in a layover in the Las Vegas airport one time. I remember seeing slot machines in the airport. I thought that was weird, but I've never been to Vegas Strip or the town or anything like that.
Well, you don't even realize the airport, man. You're right. It's basically on the strip. It's
No,
right.
I don't know.
It's within like 10 minutes of the strip. Yeah, it's right there. You could have took a taxi over and gambled a little while and came back.
You just gamble in the airport. Everybody else
I've
does.
never gambled in my life, and I have nothing against gambling at all.
Yeah.
I just don't know the rules of any gambling games. Like I wouldn't know how to bet on a horse. I don't know how to play poker, believe it or not. I wouldn't know how to bet on like roulette. Like I just don't know.
You're
There's
better off.
nothing wrong with that.
You're
Nothing at all. You're better off.
What were you saying? You used to go out to pick up dinner and like spend more on the machines than you get in dinner.
Oh, absolutely. Because there's machines everywhere. So if you go to pick up bar food, I mean, you're waiting for the food, so it's like throw $100 in the machine and try and get food paid for. So next thing you know, a freaking $30 meal cost you $330.
Yeah.
It's gambling's crazy.
Well, I
I
got
was
a
going to ask you, Vegas, working in a casino, what's the most famous person you've seen in your casino? And were they a jerk?
In the one I work in now, or in any casino that I
Any
worked
casino.
in? Michael Jordan.
Was he a
And
jerk?
Did you deal
Yes.
to Michael Jordan?
yes, I did. I dealt to him, and yes, he's a jerk. He's
I guess he didn't tip you well.
It's not even the tipping thing. He's just an arrogant jerk. Like, so the casino I worked in at the time was the closest casino to Chicago, his freaking territory. And he walked through there, and people are trying to say what's up to him, say hi to him. He has his head down and he's surrounded by security and walks right by him. I mean, I'm not saying he has to stop and say hello to everybody, but at least wave to him or acknowledge him. I mean, if you see Shaquille O'Neal out, he's like the nicest guy. He'll stop. He'll take a picture with you. He's a good dude. But as far as Jordan, he's arrogant, and yeah, he's a stiff. He's an absolute stiff, and he will gamble until he wins. I mean, he's a known degenerate. Everybody knows he's a degenerate when it comes to golf or anything he can bet on, he does. So
Yeah. Yeah, but from what I understand, he's a pretty big winner too, though.
like I said, he gambles until he wins. He has deep pockets, so you can't beat him. If he's stuck 3 million, he'll just stick around until he gets that 3 million back.
So he's going to win a war of attrition, in other words.
He's got nothing but time and money.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
He came into the casino the one time. They said, "Well, you can't play. You owe us $1 million." So he wrote him a check and he started playing.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then he's dealing, and he goes around behind the dealer. It was a female dealing to him. He goes around behind her and he's massaging her while she's dealing the cards.
Oh, that ain't right.
So, I mean, it is what it is.
You're going to get Monday Night Metal sued here, dude.
Hey, whatever. It is. Yeah, maybe I should do that on my channel, not yours.
Yeah. Next thing you know, I'm in the poorhouse.
These are all things that this is why I sit behind the camera and not in front of the camera, because technically these are things I should not be sharing. But
all right, Vegas, I've never asked you this, I don't think, and I do have a question for you about that now that we're on the subject. Have you ever met or dealt to Mickey Mays?
Mickey Mays. Who is this Mickey Mays? Let me
He's
look
that
this.
that Baccarat guy. He's the
The
dude with
obnoxious
all the
jerk off.
tattoos. He's got like 1 million tattoos. Supposedly he won like $11 million one night in Vegas.
He's no, I have not, and he's an idiot. Don't believe anything he says.
Really? So it's
Yeah.
all a bunch of bullshit, you think?
Yes.
Really? And you've heard that from other people, or?
No, I mean, I'm not saying that he's never made money. I'm not saying that he doesn't make money gambling, but if I remember right, he's the one that tries to say the casinos don't like him, the casinos cheat. He knows all this, blah blah blah.
Yeah, supposedly he knows he'll sell for $50 million. He will sell his secret for beating the game of baccarat.
Yeah, he's full of shit.
Like he reverse engineered, he says, the way the casino cheats, he reverse engineered it so that they can't cheat you and you will win. This is what he says. I mean, to me, it's like mathematical, right? It's cards. I mean, it's 50-50 proposition pretty much in that game anyway. But I don't know, man.
So he thinks out of the, I don't know, however many years that these casino games have been around, that he finally is the boy genius that figured it all out.
Like Rain Man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, 253.
Right here, I see it says he claims to have a method to beat the house's odds on blackjack and baccarat in the long run. He claims he has been banned from Las Vegas because of it. His actual net worth is said to be 8 and 47 million, but based on our research, we estimate that it's around 30 million.
Well,
Um,
one of his theories is don't play. What he does is he puts $1 million in the cage or 2 million in the cage, right? And then he gets them to up the table limits so that he can bet 250,000 a hand on baccarat. So he's like, I'll win 2 hands. If I win my first 2 hands, I pick my shit up and I go. He says, even if I leave the money in the cage, I'll pick my money up and go. I just made 500 grand that night.
he's right, and that's the best way to do it, and the smartest way to do it. But
Yeah,
if you lose those first two hands, then you're stuck 500,000. Now what?
right. But then he just, obviously he implies his super system and he wins. I don't know. Somehow he got $30 million, right?
Vegas, in
Yeah,
your experience, how good of gamblers are dealers?
nah, there's not. I don't believe in such a good thing. I don't believe in the thing as a good gambler. Gambling is just that. I mean, the house has the edge no matter what you try and do. I've seen card counters and they get beat. It's not. Um, the odds are in the house's favor no matter what you do, what you try and do. You can count cards and it gives you like a 0.5% edge or 1% edge, but you still end up losing in the long run. The
All right.
whole thing that the casinos have on you is the longer you play, the more chance you are to lose.
Right. And he says that as well. But another thing he says is the auto shuffler can arrange the cards for the casino's favor. Is that true?
You would be amazed at what those auto shufflers could do, but they are so regulated that it's not possible.
Yeah, he was saying that the auto shuffler it can take randomly ordered cards and reorder them.
There are some of the machines that can, but they don't.
Okay.
Like if a game closes, there's certain machines like some of the shufflers you hit a couple buttons and it'll put all the cards back in order like they just came out of the box.
Right. That's
But
if it can do that, it can do anything during the game. I mean, let's be honest.
there's also the Nevada Gaming Control Board, which determines what happens. The casino is not going to rig a blackjack table or a shuffling machine with um, their gaming license on the line. You know what I mean? If they got caught rigging one machine, they're going to lose their license. They're going to, you know what I mean? It's not that way.
Yeah, you would think that that's true, but that's like saying our government would never participate in a assassination of a political figure. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen. I mean, come on, it's the government.
Yeah, you might be right. Hey, you never know. The casinos might pay off the gaming control board. You never know.
I mean, they got all the money.
They
Just
do
maybe
have
they
all the
might.
money.
Corruption runs deep.
I have one final question for the panel.
Yep.
What is the most ill-advised stacking purchase you've ever made that you still don't regret?
Oh. I'm going to say, in my case, it would probably be trading my gold for silver.
That was clearly a good choice.
Well, not yet. Not yet. The other way, it was a good choice, trading the silver for gold at 88, right? So now I traded the gold for silver at 100, and here we sit. And it remains to be seen, right? I mean, so many people said big mistake, but I don't know, man. I'm not married to gold. I'm not married to silver. It's just, to me, it's a numbers game.
Most ill-advised advice that I don't regret.
Yeah. One that was objectively a horrible decision, but you still don't regret it.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
So what have you bought that if you could go back, you'd still buy it, but it was a bad idea?
Yeah. For me, it's that Canadian Langenberg bar, the one that glows in the dark. I actually ordered another one from the same series on the way. Complete novelty piece, way too expensive, but aliens.
Yeah.
Maybe it goes to this then. My Las Vegas piece.
I'm going to send
This
you one
held
of these. Hey, Wang,
this
I'm
held
going
a
to send you
premium.
one of
I
these
mean,
aliens.
this was 2 ounces, and this is when spot was like under $30, and I think I paid $120 for it. But I wouldn't change it because it's a premium piece, and it's something that I wouldn't get rid of.
Hell yeah.
So maybe that's it. But I would go buy more so I could sell them on Whatnot.
Yeah, if
I
you
hope
could get
to add
more.
the expensive 1948 this year. 2-ounce 2015 renewed silver dollar. Does anybody have in the chat have questions for the Emperor Wang? Looks like we still have. Hey, Joseph Lopez showed up. Canadian Silver Seeker showed up. Sorry, I've been ignoring you, chat. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, we've been just involved in Mr. Wang.
Everybody's been chiming in, though. It's been good. We haven't ignored you.
Hey, Canadian Silver Seeker, thanks a lot, bro. You always shout me out in your videos. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Pierre Meadows says Emperor Wang is A1 guest in my opinion. I think you're the first guest that's brought questions with you, which is pretty cool. I like it.
Very cool.
Well, yeah, I didn't want to show up unprepared,
Why not? We did.
We always do.
You guys are interesting people. I think the community as a whole would want to know more about you guys.
That's funny.
That is funny because yes, as the Vegas Cabal have tend to try to get to know people, and other stackers and other channels, and that's one reason we have guests and stuff. Just one reason we like to hang out and talk metals with everybody, but it's cool for people to ask us questions too. It is cool.
Yeah. Also, thanks Pure Metals for the shout out. I really like the Pure Metals podcast. I've caught a couple of episodes after the fact, and I would like to say to the chat that Pure Metals does a great weekly podcast that everyone should go check out, and it's a cool platform.
Yeah,
Yes,
I wanted to check it out this week. I just never got to it, man. I felt bad too.
caught the very end of it. But yes, please. And the more people that use the platform, the better off it's going to grow and the better off for everybody. So, if we don't put stuff on there and we don't buy stuff from there, then it doesn't succeed, and then we're back to paying eBay fees.
Yeah, exactly.
So
So Wang, I got a question for you. You buy a lot of stuff online. What's your go-to online dealer?
Well, it really depends on what I'm looking for. I think I probably buy from SD Bullion the most consistently. Um, if I can drop a secret in the chat, remember when I did a video and I bought a pre-33 gold coin that ended up being counterfeit? It wasn't fake gold, it was real gold. It was a counterfeit US coin. Because of that executive order in 33 that limited the so-called hoarding of gold, it basically created an incentive for people to make their gold into fake US coins, because you could have a certain amount of coins, but you couldn't have a certain amount of gold. So SD Bullion sold me that counterfeit one. And when I got it graded at PCGS and they came back and they're like, it's real gold, but it's a fake coin. I just sent them an email. All I did was send them an email and say, yo, this came back from fake. 2 hours later, I got like this phone call, and the customer service lady sounded like urgent on the phone. She's like, we're gonna fix this now. And they did. And all I did was they created a shipping label, and at no cost to me, I sent the fake coin back to them. And then they sent me an MS66 version holder of the same coin.
Wow.
I was like, holy fuck. That was like the best customer service experience of my life. So I do have a bit of brand loyalty to SD Bullion, but I get better deals at like Monument Metals or Hero Bullion and various other places, eBay. Uh, it just depends on what I'm looking for, is the short answer.
Gotcha.
there are, is it Monument Metals that does a military discount?
Whoa, if they do, I don't know about it.
It's either
Maybe
it's either
it's
Hero Bullion or Monument Metals, I believe, that do a military discount.
Don't know.
That's something you might want to look into. Emperor Wang, can we get into the Kroner Club?
Hey, to get into the Kroner Club, you got to get that year 2000 Icelandic Kroner Leif Erikson commemorative coin. So far, there's only 2 people in the Kroner Club, and that's FG Stacker and me. But we're looking for new members. We're recruiting,
I was
and the
guessing
first rule of
FG was
Kroner
in there.
Club is talk about Kroner Club.
That was a question from FG. Silver Sleuth wants to know: do you drive to work or ride the bus? The bus.
I drive. I'm part of the H1 traffic problem. Sorry. If
I
you're from
also
Hawaii, you know what that means.
Silver Sleuth says, what time is it there? You guys are 3 hours behind, right? So it's 5:16.
Yeah, it's 5:16 where I am. It's not even dinner time yet.
I think Littlefoot also had a question. We were off on something. Something about, do we buy fractional or is the premium too high?
The
Yes,
premiums
that was Littlefoot.
can be too high, but they're usually not. Especially when gold is in a bull market, which it has been. If you dollar cost average more frequent purchases of fractional gold versus doing less frequent purchases of whole ounces of gold, um, you'll be up more. The less frequent purchases of the 1 ounces will, in a bull market for gold, would put you behind. So right now it's kind of in a stasis, as far as I can tell. It's been sort of in a stasis the last couple weeks. So maybe be more hesitant with your fractional purchases. But like a month or 2 ago, when it was just going up and up and up, hey, Fraction Jackson, man, that was what I was all about.
There's a couple channels that I think there was 2 channels that did that with the fractional, as opposed to saving and buying a full ounce when you can, or just buying a full ounce when you can, actually, even. So
Yeah, and I think the U.S. Mint's choice to release these DC Comics gold commemoratives in half ounce instead of full ounce. I think that's the tide turning. I think that the half ounce might be like the more commonly used unit for gold when it's this expensive moving forward. I don't think the U.S. Mint's, you know, profit model could sustain itself by only doing gold and full ounces with their Liberty and commemorative coins. I think we're going to see a lot more fractional moving forward.
I agree. You got to make it available to people that can do it. Cartier's in here. What's up, Cartier? How did your hand poured piece go? 3D Woodworks, good to see you.
Hi,
Yeah,
3D.
I watched that auction for a while. I was waiting for his piece, but I couldn't hang in there forever. It was a long stream.
Yeah, they did it a couple days, and yeah, I couldn't hang in there neither. But interested to see how it went. Stacker, Staker, Dividend Maker said those three have military discounts. So does Scottsdale Mint. So JM, Provident, Golden State Mint, and Scottsdale Mint all have military discounts.
Nice.
Good to know.
So that's something you should check out. I think damn, I forgot who it was. Who does with My Silver Journey? Whoever does their damn, I can't think of his name right now. He's a former Marine and he talked about it before. That's why I knew about that.
Oh, Stack That Gold, you mean? No, not Stack
No,
That. Oh Jesus! Now it just left my head. God damn it!
yeah, it was never in my head.
Getting old. Getting old. It'll come to me. Silver
Damn,
Gold
I can't.
Stack, right?
Silver Gold Stack Attack, I think. Is that it?
What it is, yeah.
Something like that. So Cartier, how did it go? I don't know if you want to share how well it went, how the prices went. Gold, and silver Stack Attack. Pure Metal says
That's
it.
Gold and Silver Stack Attack.
It sold today for $240, and it was a 3-ounce piece, I believe. Nice, and it went for the Wounded Warriors Project. Awesome.
Very worthy cause.
Oh, who bought it? Who bought it? I was watching. Was it one of the usual suspects?
Littlefoot says it should have went for 420 personally. What was it? A pot leaf?
420.
I
No.
think Becky actually has it right. I think it's silver and gold, not gold and silver. Okay, silver and gold Stack Attack.
Yeah.
However you say it.
I'm pretty
She
sure
was
that's
the
what
one
I
that
said,
mentioned.
but we'll have to look at the replay.
No, you were right, Nash. Nash was right. Okay.
I got you.
So with 21 people, 20 people in here now, since it is Memorial Day and it is a day of remembering, I was going to do a little giveaway. I have not done a giveaway really. Let's see, share screen. I do not have the piece on hand personally right now with me. It should be in the mail. I don't know. I'm trying to figure a good way to do the giveaway. If you guys have any suggestions.
Well, what if we
Emperor
done?
Wang, how should we do the giveaway? You're the guest.
Well, you could do the pick a number thing.
Yeah, the pick a number.
Whatever's closest.
Emperor Wang could write a number down on a piece of paper.
Well,
And-
I mean, it would be 69. So one of you guys should probably pick a different number.
And it has to be between, let's see, how many people are in here? 22. So we got to go between 1 and 100. Let me get a pen here. I know I got a pen somewhere. Okay,
That's not working.
got a pen. Where
What
are
does
we?
my screen show? So does it show share a screen on in the back there, in the behind the scenes?
Let me see. Hold on. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah. What do we got here? D-Link. Enter stage. There we go.
There we go. So I wanted to do a giveaway with this piece right here.
Ah, Folds of Honor. That's nice.
It's their first min is doing it. I've been trying to do a video on this and I haven't done I haven't put it out, and I was slacking and I wanted to get a video out for it, but I didn't do it. But this is a charity that they are working with to where they're trying to raise money. I think they've raised like 250,000 and they're trying to raise 1,000,000. 350,000 they've raised, and they're trying to raise 1,000,000. So I bought one of these, and I figured I'd do a giveaway since it's Memorial Day. And part of the proceeds for these rounds actually go to the Folds of Honor, which is a charity organization that donates money and creates scholarships for families that have lost loved ones.
That's
So I
really
thought
nice of you, Vegas. It's a really cool giveaway you're doing.
Super gesture, man. That's great.
I would do that.
All right, cool.
Show
So
some love for our viewers and a little bit of love for Folds of Honor. So win-win in my book. So Blue Collar, you gonna write down a number and have the guess?
yeah, I just hold on one second because I just lost the show here.
I thought about having them guess the percentage of juice my phone has, since it never has juice.
Yeah, I totally I don't know what the hell I did here.
Silver Sleuth says being on the receiving end of those folds is a bummer. Yeah, I could imagine.
All right, so we're all back. Yeah, I totally boned up there for a second. I dropped the ball and lost the show. All right, so I have a little piece of round paper here, and I wrote a number on the back of it. Okay, so I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, and I will comment go in the chat, and then I will comment stop in the chat, and whoever has the number in between there is the winner. How's that?
Sounds good.
All right.
Hold on, before you do that, real quick, I don't know if you can see it. Littlefoot says 23% juice. Littlefoot, you are freaking hilarious. I wish it.
All right, don't put any numbers in there yet.
It says 23% juice. How did you know how much my phone has? That's hilarious.
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
on to the giveaway.
Whatever you were showing. So listen, FG makes a good point, right? He says only one guess, or can there be numerous guesses? Because there's 23 people. I would say one guess, closest without going over.
We'll do it the old Price is Right guess. One guess without going
The Bob
over.
Barker rule.
Yeah.
One guess, closest without going over, or we could do two guesses, closest without going over.
We'll do one guess, closest to without going over, and a number between 1 and you wrote the number down. So 1 and what?
Let's go 1 and 50. So there's not that many numbers.
Okay. Between 1 and 50, you get one guess, and the closest without going over. That's
There
fair.
you go. All right, let me put the official start in the chat.
That's more than fair, because if you give them more than one guess, then everybody's just throwing numbers out there, and
Yeah,
we have to be fair to everybody.
And if
We
there's
haven't started yet, guys.
If there's no, those numbers don't count. Those numbers don't count. Okay.
Littlefoot says he uses his good guess up already.
All right. It says start in the chat, so now the numbers count.
All right, go.
Go. We'll give it 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Holy cow.
All right, we'll give it to somebody hits it.
Ian Becky has 16, 47, 43, 37, 19, 7, 35, 43, 22, 35, 28, 50, 32, 9, 49. None of those yet?
Not yet.
20?
Not yet.
There are Memorial Day fireworks going off in this area. Average Jane, you're out, okay? Coin Sense and Nonsense, hey, welcome in. I think that's the first time I've seen you pop in here.
Now Nash is over. It's 1 and 50, Nash.
I think he did that on purpose.
I know.
Coin Sense and Nonsense says 27.
Nobody got it right yet?
Nobody got it right yet. Nope.
Okay, do we give him a second guess?
All right, keep firing. Keep firing. The first one that gets it.
All right, we're gonna do multiple guesses. Keep going, guys. Mark
Keep going.
Samuelson, thanks for
Changing
being
the
here.
rules. Keep going till somebody gets it.
Changing the rules till it hits 15, 12, 17, 49, 3, 1, 1, 41, 18, 8, 2, 5, 29, 33, 7, 33, 9, 47, 8, 15, 29, 16, 10, 13, 42, 22. Oh
Not
my gosh.
yet. Come on.
Oh my gosh, is not a number. 49, 50, 31, 11, 7, 41, 34, 42, 4, 9. Holy cow.
Keep coming. Keep it coming.
46, 29, 24, 33, 49, 50. Littlefoot says 1 to 50. Pure Metal says 38. Woodsy is at 42. 3D Woodworks is at 13. Pure Metals 42, 1, 44, 18, 7, 32, 12, 10, 13, 19, 8, 32, 31, 14, 42 and a half, 33, 15, 21, 2, 16, 9, 17, 28, 21, 21, 18, 34, 20, 10, 37, 5, Infinity 49, 19, 17, 11, 1, 39, 22, 10, 5, 12, 2, 26, 3, 15, 26, 27, 47, 4, 24, 36, 47, 16, 25, 6,
Stop.
28. Stop. All right, somebody hit it.
Somebody got it.
All right, stop. Where are we at? Who hit it?
Let me stop it.
Flip the number and show us.
Hold on. I got
Hold the phone, ladies and gentlemen. We have a winner.
We have a winner. All right. The winner is the one and only
Emperor Wang's not in it.
FG Stacker again
Hey,
wins. FG
26
Stacker, baby.
FG.
congrats,
Congratulations,
FG.
FG.
There was another guest 26 before, but it was my wife and she doesn't count.
What was the number?
26.
26.
Nice.
If you want to go back and double check through the chat, make sure we didn't miss it a first time. But FG was the first one I saw.
I'm scrolling slowly just to check and make sure. FG, I do not have it yet, but they are quick with their shipping and they are local, so I should have it this week, and I will ship it out this week. I was tempted to call and try and see if I could get it in hand today, but I didn't feel like bugging them. So
Hey, what's up, booty girl? I saw you just popped in. Sorry, guys.
Booty Girl is here. Stack that gold. Coin Sense and Nonsense. I think that's the first time I've seen him in our chat.
Yeah, no, I love his channel, man. He's got the best bloopers. If you don't watch his videos, you gotta watch his videos and you gotta watch them all the way through because the last 30 seconds is here's the last 30 seconds. Well, this Liberty, fuck. It's the best shit ever, dude.
I do that a million or like 31 times, and then I just walk away from the camera for a while.
Oh no, his bloopers are like they got me in stitches every single time.
Okay, so who's funnier? Coin Sense and Nonsense or Enormous?
Wait, hold on. Did Littlefoot have 26 first? That's what Stack Attacker Wager said.
FG says he did.
Oh, FG said he had it first?
Let me go back. I thought I went through it.
All right, come on.
There is start. So what is it, 26?
26. Who's gonna oh, wait a minute, hold on. Maybe my chat might be funky here. No, it says all comments. Yeah, sometimes it says all comments or whatever. Let's go back. Come on. Get your eyes on it.
Eyes are on it. I'm on it.
At 11:28 had 26.
Littlefoot did have 26.
Oh, what the average? Oh yeah, he did. Yes, sir. Oh, sorry, man. Littlefoot.
You know what?
Dude.
Congratulations, Littlefoot.
Littlefoot is the winner.
You
Sorry for pulling the rug out from under you, bro, but Littlefoot got you. Littlefoot edged you out. Sorry about that.
I have more than one coming. I will do FG and Littlefoot.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you the money too because I'll match it with you.
Okay.
So
I mean that's more.
I want to pull it out from under FG. I'll match it
No.
and we can send one to each.
they are both more than generous with their time and support with our live streams, our channels, and everything we do. So
Not to
I have
mention
I have
FG.
no problem with giving them both one.
Not to mention FG created a lifetime piece for me here. Anybody who hasn't seen it, this is FG's work right here. If you want to get a channel round, give him a shout.
Coin sense and nonsense. Thanks for being here. He said he had to go to dinner.
Appreciate you stopping by, CSAN.
Yes. FG, I tell people I hope you don't mind, but I've told people to look you up if they ever, somebody was looking for like a hand pour the other day. And I said, there's somebody in the community. I'm not going to say names, but
Oh
there's
no,
somebody in the
I call him
community
out
that will
by
do
name.
it.
I call him out by name in my Whatnot stream all the time. Like I was showing this thing off the other day, and I was like, "Yeah, FG Sacker on YouTube, hit him up."
One thing I want to say about FG Stacker, as you guys know, he made my channel pour with the aliens and the astronaut coming down the moon lander, and his attention to detail when he's creating a custom piece, like he took that inspiration from a picture Becky had sent me that really meant a lot to me. It was a contemporary photo from the time of the Apollo space program, and he incorporated that into the whole believe and love of aliens thing. And that's someone who like really pays attention. Like this guy really has an attention to detail and like a care for this community that really can't be overstated. And I was really touched by all of that.
Yeah, and I
Have
got to.
that piece?
I'll
Do
second
you have
that.
that piece handy?
I'm sorry.
Does Wang have that piece handy to show off?
Oh no, I put it in a nook with a lot of my other treasured pieces, like from my uncle and some other stuff. So it's not available right now, but it's on display in my house in a really prominent position. But it's not convenient to go grab right now. Sorry.
It's in the green room, but not in the studio.
Yeah,
You don't like to bring that on set.
yeah,
Too many interns might snag it.
Yep.
yeah. You know, I mean, like we got craft services over here that's kind of like in the way, and like you know the Teamsters and all that. So
Teamsters.
not convenient.
Somebody had a question. I forgot where it went. Littlefoot wanted to know what is on the back of his pieces.
Was on the back of what?
Oh,
Of
on the
F-
back of FG stuff is
yes,
Morningstar Metals. That's the company name.
that is his logo. His
MSM. And I believe the logo was designed by his daughter. See, it's dated 2025, obviously, but you see the stamp, it's pretty subtle. 447, 4.47 ounces.
he does awesome work. FG, I will tell people if I ever see anybody to email you, if you don't mind. If
Hey,
you
I'm
do
just gonna
mind, tell me in the
fluff
chat to tell
myself.
people not to email you. I will.
I'm gonna fluff myself for a second because I want to show this off what he did here. And FG, if I'm wrong, you tell me. So you see he did the toning, right? And do you see how he removed the toning from the silver?
That's cool.
That is a nice little touch, right? So the
Like
silver is nice and bright, and everything else is toned. It's
I
pretty.
like the blue tone to it. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, the colors are amazing. You can't even tell. The light just doesn't pick it up. It doesn't do it justice, man. It's an amazing piece. It feels so good in the hand.
So Littlefoot, email me your address. I don't think I have your address. I don't know. Do you have FG's?
Yeah, I got FG. Yep,
You have FG.
no doubt. We've just corresponded with Silver, and I think FG was my Secret Santa. No, I was his Secret Santa. I'm sorry.
So Littlefoot, my email address is in the thing there. Email me your address so I can send that out to you. And then FG, I will send yours out to you as well. It's like I had to make an order of 200 for free shipping, even though they're local here in the Vegas area. So I bought enough to have $200 worth of sales.
Oh, I thought you meant 200 ounces.
Yes. No, too many life expenses for 200 ounces right now.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, Joe, I meant to ask, what
Yeah.
is your blue collar trade or trades?
I'm a home builder. Did I lose you? Hello?
He's a home builder. I don't know. Did you hear that?
No, I must
Oh,
have cut out. I didn't hear anything.
for a second. Yeah, no, I build houses. I'm a builder.
Oh,
He
cool.
kicks drywall for a living.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, listen, it is what it is. It's it used to be a lot better than it is now, but it's good. It's a good living. It gets me by.
So you're the rich one?
No, no. My wife just laughed in the background when I said that. When I said it's a good living, my wife just laughed. She chuckled in the background.
You guys do all right. So so we do a giveaway when we have 22, 21 people in here. I give something away and now it's down to 13. Everybody just bolted.
Yeah, no, that's the way it is and whatnot too. You get like 24 people in the room while the givey's going, and then the givey pulls and it goes down to 6.
I
But
left because I got
like the way I did that because nobody knew that there was going to be a giveaway. So the people that were in here were people that were in here regardless of the giveaway. So
Yeah, no, I'm teasing.
I
Of
don't
course,
mind doing it
you
how
know,
we did it.
just teasing. You know that.
Silver Sleuth says he needs a builder.
Yeesh, that's a little bit far for a commute, but
Hey, for the right price.
yeah, that's true. Yeah. No, you know what?
Some
I
people
thought
hang
about.
out not here for a giveaway. I know, Chris in Virginia. I know. That's why I did it the way I did it. I was going to do a video promoting that piece and First Mint because I like First Mint products. I've done stuff for them before, but I like the concept that they're doing with that. So I was going to do a video about that. And at the end of the video, I was going to say a phrase, and if anybody put that phrase in our chat tonight, I was going to do it. But it worked out better this way.
Yeah, and for anybody that thinks that Vegas or I are serious about the giveaway thing, don't even go there. We're not serious about that. That's a total joke.
No, I'm not saying people left because of the giveaway.
No,
Not
of
at all.
course
I'm
not.
not saying that. Because people didn't come in because of that. So people came in here for our nonsense.
Yeah. So FG
Uh,
is he stopped offering giveaways and just went with free shipping. Probably a pretty good option actually, because you know that at least you're giving it to buyers at that point.
yeah, I didn't know FG was on Whatnot.
He was, yeah, for a while, and he talked about that when we had him in, and he said it was just a jungle though. It's rough. I could see that, you know.
It's a good idea though. I might start doing that.
Yeah, I don't know. We have to look into that or
I mean,
reduce
it's what,
shipping.
$5
So,
or $6, and I mean,
and at
because
that
like that one guy today, he was like,
who are
he
buying.
said, what's that?
I said at that point you're only sending shipping to people who obviously are buying.
Right. That is a good idea. Yeah, that one guy came in today. He said he wanted a deal, and then like it hit $1 under spot, and he didn't bid, and it went for $1 under spot. I'm like, I don't know what kind of deal you want. He's like, well,
Dollar
they're shipping, and I'm like, okay, they're shipping. You buy one item, your shipping paid for.
went for $1 under spot. Who won that piece?
I don't know. Some
So how does
freaking
whatnot work? Is it like a live stream auction, or is it you just post ads for sale? Like,
it's live stream auctions.
It's kind of both though, because you have an option of having a store where you can post static ads and people just buy it now, hit a buy it now. And then also, but the biggest part of it is live auction. Yeah.
and you guys tend to use the auction function more, or the static ads?
No, the auction. I mean, I think I've sold maybe 2 pieces out of the store. That's it.
Generally, people overprice their stuff in the store
Yeah.
because they're bound to make more if they do an auction. Generally. The humble stacker, I forgot he does Whatnot too. He says he does okay on Whatnot.
You know who I saw today? I was in his stream, Silver Bar Stacker.
Oh geez.
Yeah, he was selling old coin tubes. Coin tubes. He was trying to sell them for 99 bucks. Now I know they were like vintage things or something. I don't know, like Monex or something. I don't know what the hell they were, but $100 for a coin tube.
It's nuts.
Maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about, and that's probably true. But I don't know. I was kind of thrown off by that.
Yeah, Whatnot's a different adventure, Emperor. It's like I said, like we said, you can get deals and stuff on there, and it's more of like an auction site.
Yep.
It's a jungle. It is a jungle. So
Stack that gold. Were you in that same stream? It says you were there. LOL. I'm assuming that you were watching that as well. I hate when I ask a question and then we just shut up and wait for the answer.
sorry, I was reading an email from
No, no, I
Little
mean it, but
Littlefoot's. Littlefoot sent me an email. Yeah, he had a Monex tube and a sunshine mining tube.
yeah, half ounce tube, right? So what was this? Are they worth that much, or am I crazy?
I don't know. Vegas, or I'm sorry, Being Becky. I think one of the aliens does glow in the dark. I can't remember which one.
My guy's eyes glow in the dark. I'm pretty sure, don't they?
Yeah, your eyes glow in the dark.
Wait, let me test it. Hold on. I guess they need a little bit more light.
Oh yeah, mine aren't charged up neither.
I'm gonna put them right up next to the light and see how it looks.
Fucking cops are here.
Yeah. Now that's one thing I notice in Wang's videos a lot: sirens.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that, Wang. Do you live in the hood or something? You got a lot of sirens, man.
He lives in a nice building, I could tell you that.
You know, it definitely sounds like I'm in the hood. I'm in such a population dense neighborhood that there's just usually some shit going on. It's not a bad neighborhood, but it's extremely stacked with people. Like everything on my street is high rise buildings. So thousands and thousands of people crammed into about the city block where I live, and at any given time there's some shit going down. And Honolulu is just a packed and like shoulder to shoulder kind of place anyway. If you've been here, you know what I'm talking about. Sleuth certainly knows what I'm talking about. And yeah, that's why it's loud. And also I'm next to a window and there's like I'm only on the third floor and there's the building's pool down there and there's always kids there and kids scream constantly for no reason. So it's loud. I should probably get like a mic or something.
Is that just better for your studio? I mean, do you get better rates having your studio there, or?
Well, I mean, we live in a one bedroom apartment that's more or less the size of a shoebox. So the studio 304 section can only be so big. I'll probably have to mitigate the ambient noise with technology like mics and stuff. Which
I like it. It's cool. I like it. It adds
yeah,
to
we're
the
really lo-fi over here.
it adds to the atmosphere. Adds to the experience, as my wife would say.
I'm sure it does. Yeah, if I started like investing in my video production, I might actually get somewhere, but we'll see if I ever get around to that.
Actually, it's kind of interesting though because I was thinking about adding sirens into my videos.
Well, you can just sample the sirens from my videos and use that audio for yours.
Oh, I'm sure they have them in CapCut. They probably have like sound effects like that.
That's funny because I was going to actually start making videos.
You did make a video today. Let's
I
a
did
round
make.
of applause.
I did. I made a short, and it was probably the worst short out there on YouTube.
Four Nines is
Four
in.
Nines is here. Four Nines. He said he was working and now he was supposed to be spending time with family, but I guess we're part of his family. Thank you, Four Nines.
We're all family here.
Being Becky, send me an email with your address. Maybe you might get an alien land on your front porch.
Yeah.
Since you were asking about the aliens, I think I'm gonna start doing like 3D printed stuff. Instead of for swag, instead of a poker chip and stickers. I'm not real sure about the poker chip and sticker thing. Stewart's having amazing thunderstorms. She says nature muted y'all. Hey, thunderstorms are better than listening to me ramble, I'm sure. You don't want to listen to me yak yak yak. You can listen to thunderstorms.
Yeah, every once in a while we will get a thunderstorm in the back of one of my videos.
It's a thunderstorm.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen them in the movies, right? You see out there in Vegas, you never see those.
Do you live close to Becky, Joe?
I would say probably about less than 2 hours away.
Well, it's a bit of
Yeah,
a drive.
where she's at, and I'm trying to think. Yeah, it's probably 2 hours. I'm not going to give away where she is, but yeah, about 2 hours.
A lot of stackers in Florida, I've noticed.
Yeah, with me, within 2 hours, I probably have 10 or 15. We've got Pirate Stacker, Silver Stallion.
I know Fish is down there somewhere.
Fish is right here as well. Yeah, Becky, myself. Gosh, trying to think. People even closer. I don't know. There's a bunch. You want to hear something funny? I was in the West Palm Beach coin show, and some dude comes walking up to me. He's like, "Hey," and I was like, "What?" He goes, "Are you blue collar stacker?" And I was like, "How do you know that?" He goes, "Oh, I recognize your voice." He goes, "I watched you on YouTube." I was like, "Get out of here, dude." This is
Dude, anyone could recognize that voice.
at a coin show. I was like, "Oh man, that's crazy."
Yeah,
But
that happened to you at the coin shop too, right?
that happened at the coin shop too. Yeah. It's funny because if I ran into Pirate Stacker, if now Pirate shows his face, right? But if you heard his voice, you would know it was him.
I
So
wouldn't know shit.
you wouldn't know Pirate if you heard his voice.
I don't watch his content.
Pirate's cool, man.
I haven't watched many people's stuff lately. I don't know. It's just been
Yeah.
one of those things.
Yeah, he's one of the guys that I've met. I met Pirate. I met Silver and Cigars that same trip. Met, of course, you and LBS, Silver State Stacker, 40 ounce. Who else? Who else have we met?
Oh, FG says he runs into Silver Dragons and the guys from Harry's as shows out there almost every time.
That's cool. That's awesome.
I like Silver Dragons better than Yankee.
Silver
I only
Dragon.
watch his Harry's Coin Shop videos. I don't watch his regular stuff.
Yeah, I don't watch his regular stuff either. And Harry yeah, I like Harry better than Tim. Just my thinking.
Yeah. My favorite coin shop videos are OJ's Coins.
Those are good.
Yeah.
I really like Ben the Coin Geek as well.
Coin Geek. Oh, you know who else I met? I met the coin guy? The coin guy? His son
With the
Brian.
blue polo shirt and the older.
Yes. His son Brian, was it Brian's wife or was it who was it?
Employee.
Oh, she's an employee, but she does their whatnot shows. We were in their shop in St. Augustine a couple of weeks back. And I didn't even know it was their shop until I was in there and I was checking out their whatnot channel and I saw the coin guy and I was like, "Oh, that's you guys." So yeah. Probably about 7 or 8 different people.
Isn't the Coin Geek the one that he's been doing a lot of like CAC stuff and grading stuff?
Well, the Coin Geek is a different guy. He's out of Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. The coin guy is right here, I think, in Clearwater Beach or Tampa area. Let's put it that
Yeah,
way.
I think the Geek has been putting out a lot of stuff about graded stuff, I think, if I remember.
Well, he's a numismatic guy. Yeah, he's big on those grading videos. Yeah, I love his stuff.
There's another really cool Florida stacker channel called Emerald Coast Stacker.
Yeah, he's in the chat. Yeah,
Oh, he is?
absolutely. Yeah,
Oh, shit. Hey, Emerald Coast.
he was in
Shout
early.
out.
Not sure if
Sorry,
he's.
I can't see the chat on my end.
Yeah, no, he's a regular in our chat.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I like that guy's stuff.
Yeah.
We get them all in our chat. We get them all. Emerald Coast, if you're in the chat still, send one of us an email. We'll get you up on stage.
Yeah, no doubt.
If anybody in chat wants to be, send us an email, Blue Collar or I, and we're working on guests. I think we have next week's lined up. Whoa, Littlefoot threw you a super chat.
Nice. That's only my second super chat ever, dude. And my
Very
first
nice,
was my
Littlefoot.
wife.
Very
you.
nice, Littlefoot. Thank you. Thank you on Blue Collar's behalf.
Take care, Canadian Silver Seeker. I'll be looking at your next video. Be good, man. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, we had a couple of people in tonight that we haven't seen in a while. I don't remember Coin Sense and Nonsense being in here before. Do you?
I've never seen him in here.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Love his videos, man. He's way into the vintage.
Yes.
But like I said, the bloopers are unbelievable. You got to stick it out to the end. You got to watch the whole video.
His bloopers are hilarious.
They are.
I'm going to go check it out. I don't think I've seen his stuff.
Yeah,
Let me see if
he's really big into the vintage stuff, and he's got a book he calls the Good Book. And I'm pretty sure somebody else who told me, I think maybe Stack That Gold knows the actual book, but it's just basically like a vintage silver book that gives you the value of silver bars. Really cool stuff.
Yeah, it's got a lot of info in there. It's pretty cool. It tells like what it should be over spot, if it's worth this, or how many is minted, and this, and there's a lot to it.
Yeah, there's like a column. I think they call it rarity value or something like that. And it tells you basically like the value of it over the value of silver, So, yeah, pretty cool. Silver art bar book. Yep, that's the one. I guess that's it. That's the one I'm talking about. Yeah, from Coin Sense and Nonsense. He calls it the Good Book. And I understand that the book, I don't think it's still in print, but I think it costs about $100 to get a copy.
He's put it to use, that's for sure.
Yep, World Money Wins has one. Yep, no doubt.
I believe
R1 rarity. Yeah. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. FG said the same thing. World Money Wins uses that book too. Yeah, I really probably need a copy of that book because I'm getting a lot of bars, a lot of art bars and vintage bars. But I just throw it out there and say, hey, who knows what this is?
hey, nothing wrong with that. That works too.
Everybody answers you anyway. But no, it's there's a lot to that vintage. And there's another thing, LBS. LBS got me into the vintage, He keeps coming back.
He's been doing his vintage videos too, and he's always had a lot of vintage stuff.
Well, he did an hour and a half live stream trying to going through all his vintage to find 50-year-old pieces because he's going to make a video about 50-year-old vintage silver. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he got me into vintage too.
Yeah.
Which
you started getting into the Morgans a little bit. Wang, do you dabble in any of the U.S. coins, like silver coins, like Morgans and peace dollars? And
I only have a couple of the old Morgans. I've started buying some of the new ones, and I've just very recently started taking a shine to the piece dollars. I have a Morgan and a piece that's at PCGS right now for grade. It's those reverse proofs from, I think, 2023, I guess. So they were kind of on the secondhand market for a good price, and I would send them off for a grade. And I was looking at the piece, and I was like, I don't know why I never really gotten into these before, because they look so punk. Like even the font on the text of the coin is just like proto rock and roll. I don't know if that's what the engraver was going for, but that's just how I perceive it. And then the rays from her hair are kind of mohawkish. So I've just started taking a shine to the piece dollars, but Morgan's, I'm more of a casual here and there.
Yeah, to me they look super like Art Deco-y, right?
Yeah.
Is it focusing?
No, there you go. You
Yeah,
almost had it.
looks to me it looks very Art Deco.
3D Woodworks, thank you so much. He donated. He gave you a super chat of $10 because it's to help with shipping
Jesus,
for the giveaway.
oh man, that's awesome. Thank you, 3D.
3D, that was very nice of you.
That's crazy, man. Thank you.
You guys are awesome.
Do that. You guys don't have to do that. Thank you. Wow.
You guys are being very nice this evening. I like it.
It's
been a
really
good.
kind of overwhelming in a way, you know.
Yeah, I'm a little taken back. I don't know. We got 21 people in here again too. That's good.
Yeah, yeah. It drops down and it comes back. B Taylor, man. B Taylor he gets in those chats. He was in there with us this morning on your stream. B Taylor,
He was.
B Taylor was up real early this morning.
Hi, B. Taylor.
I put his package together before the stream.
Oh, did you?
I think he bought 4 items. I think he got good deals too, as always.
Oh yeah.
3D Woodwork says no problem, love to see the community instead action. I'm guessing inaction. Have you watched any of B Taylor's content, Emperor Wang?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've probably seen most of his videos, not all of them. He has really good taste.
He does.
Yeah, he does. He's got excellent taste. B Taylor's bought a couple of things for me too. I've shipped some stuff out to him. Shipped him a nice little swag pack, and he sliced my sticker with his knife. So I sent him a new sticker.
Yeah, I need to send him a swag pack too, as well. Now that you mention it, I'm gonna make a note of that.
Yeah. Yeah, BT was up early, man. I get up early because I have regular clients in the morning. But I think it was your time. It was probably before 6, man. We were both in your chat this morning.
It was
Yeah, I've
4
never
o'clock in
caught
the
a
morning.
Saturday morning live. I always have to watch it after the fact because it's like 3 or 4 a.m. here when you guys go live.
Hey,
So
you know who always makes it in Saturday morning? Your neighbor, Mr. Silver Sleuth.
Sleuth, yeah.
Yeah.
That dude must get up way earlier than me.
I would think so. He's got to be up at
Yeah.
4 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more like a roll out of bed at like 8 kind of guy. So
Yeah.
That might be the end of his night. I can't remember.
That's a good point. Maybe it is because some people are night owls. I know my daughter goes to bed she used to go to bed at like 6 in the morning. And I'm like, what are you doing? I'm getting up going to work, and she's sitting out there talking to her friends on the phone.
Chris in Virginia, thank you. He said it's officially tomorrow for him, and he has an early morning coming up quickly in 5 hours. Thank you, Chris. Chris has been awesome. He's one of my first followers.
Yep.
When I used to make content.
you still
Saturday
make
morning,
content.
I do lives. I haven't made a sit down video. Well, I haven't posted a video. I've made videos. I just haven't posted them because I'm picky with my content. I haven't probably
Your last
posted.
full length video was like a month ago. That's not bad. One like long form video a month is probably pretty standard.
Yeah, it was. It was a month ago, then 2 months. And it was about whatnot. Funny enough.
You know, I stopped making shorts for a while. I was just doing long form videos, and I stopped getting subscribers. I just blew out like 15 shorts, and I got like 20 subscribers in 4 days.
I don't really do shorts. Unless I'm like recording music. I stopped doing coin shorts. I don't really, I feel like I'm in over my depth when it comes to shorts. I don't really know what people expect them to be like. So I don't know.
Well,
I
I mean,
basically only do like a 5-6 minute video. I try to do at least one a week, maybe two. That's about all I do.
And
well, the
Peggy
fun,
would like you to play us a tune.
No, I'm not gonna play guitar live. You know, I'm like when I make the guitar playing videos, I'm uploading like the best out of like 5 or 6 takes. You know, I make a lot of mistakes and like I'm a bad singer. The only one that I did in one take and uploaded straight was that Justin Townes Earl song, Slipping and Sliding. And that was kind of an emotional day. I was going through some grief and like, I don't know, the music kind of happened. But that was the only time I was able to get it in one take. So I don't want to suck in front of you guys, is what I'm saying.
all right. Well, I'm going to embarrass you then. Can I show my short that I made?
Do it. They can watch it anyway.
Well, they can, but not right now. Hold on. Let's see if we can't do this.
He's gonna play for us, just not live.
All right. You ready? Why isn't it playing? Here we go. I am still living with your ghost, lonely and dreaming of the West Coast. I don't wanna be your downtime. I don't wanna be your stupid game with my big black boots and my old suitcase. Do you believe I found myself a new place? I don't wanna be the bad guy. I don't wanna do this walk dance anymore. There you go.
Hey, that's a pretty cool video. What did you use to edit that?
CapCut. CapCut was the editor on that one.
I got to get on your level, man. My editing game sucks.
Well, I mean, honestly, I probably threw that together in like maybe a half hour. And then I just added little finishing touches like the text and all that kind of crap on there. But yeah, it was fun
Did you
stealing your
did you
video.
do like look up tutorials and stuff, or did you just download the app and start fucking with it to learn how to do it?
Pretty much just start messing around with it, and you get a little bit of knowledge every day, and it's a cumulative effect, really. Over time, you just figure it out, Like who's getting into it now is Becky.
Oh yeah, actually, me and Becky kind of talked about it. We were talking about how we actually like the way you edit your videos, and she had mentioned that you use CapCut and that she had downloaded it.
Yeah, she had emailed me and she asked me what I use, and I said CapCut. That's it. CapCut is great, but like Vegas always says, they're putting more and more behind the paywall. They want you to pay every month. It runs about $20 a month to get the pro features and all that, which are, I'm sure it's way better, but that's all done with the free version.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, of course, there's a lot of stuff on YouTube that'll help you out with it, and you learn more if you do look through YouTube. But it's fun. I remember when I used to use it when I used to make content. A lot of people use CapCut.
yeah. Yeah.
I'll look
It's
into
free.
it.
Do you use your iPad when you do it? Blue collar?
No, I do everything on my phone. That's why before when you were saying, "Oh, I can't do this on my phone," it's like I literally do every video on my phone. I've never done it on my laptop. Never.
Oh,
Or the
it's
I
annoying doing it on my phone.
I don't know, man. I just grind it out. That's how I learned. So I guess that's what it is for me.
Yeah, maybe. I find it easier when I sit down at the computer and do it.
Yeah, I've never even tried it on the computer. I wouldn't even have a friggin' clue how to do it on the computer. I don't even know how to get on CapCut on the computer.
It's way easier.
I don't know, man.
Littlefoot says it's weird. I don't mind making videos, but I am super nervous about live videos. Littlefoot, just send me an email when you're ready to be real nervous and get up here on here with us.
Yep.
There's no
Yeah,
need to
put
be
Littlefoot
nervous.
on.
There's no
We
need to be nervous.
49 says he uses Canva. Now I think LBS uses that as well, and he prefers it on the PC, on the computer. But I've never done it that way, so it just doesn't compute, I don't
3D
think.
Woodwork says it's way easier for me on my phone, fat fingers and all. See, I was
Yeah,
just trying to use my phone to put one together, and it was frustrating the shit out of me. I get frustrated easy though.
well, that's true.
Yeah, I just use the Studio app. I think it's just kind of bundled into my Samsung phone, and it's all phone. It's easy enough for me to use it, but it's also like super basic. Like I don't know how to do like transitions or fancy graphics or anything. I don't even know if it has the capability to do that. So I'll probably have to look into CapCut.
Yeah.
Littlefoot says he pays for the fine $5.99 phone app only CapCut.
Oh, is that?
Well,
I didn't even know they had that. $5.99.
Littlefoot does some freaking crazy AI shit lately. Are you doing that AI on CapCut or are you doing that off of CapCut?
You talking to me?
Littlefoot.
Oh, okay.
You don't do AI. You can't even spell AI.
Dude, you have no idea what I do. Have you seen my descriptions? It's like
What? Okay, your descriptions do AI, but not the video. The video is that I think Littlefoot and LBS have been having a competition to see who can do AI better.
yeah,
LBS does some good AI. He
Have you seen
promoted
Littlefoot's
this
AI?
live stream with some pretty cool AI.
he
He did
did.
do
Yeah,
some good AI.
yeah, yeah. I haven't
Right,
gotten
all those things he
both.
said is the
Yeah.
same for me. I don't know how to do it on the computer. So Littlefoot, do you use CapCut to do your AI? That's all I want to know.
Well, you know what? CapCut they do have AI, but it's behind the paywall, as you know.
Yeah, but he's paying $5.99 for it, so he might get that.
Well, shit, I didn't even know there was an option to pay $5.99. I'd be doing that right now. I thought it was $19.99. I
Oh,
didn't know
damn it, Littlefoot doesn't want to answer me. I
he's
retract that, Littlefoot. Don't email me. You're not coming on our lives. I need an answer to my question first. You know what, Emperor? You might have started something. We might not be able to let guests come on here unless they have a question for us.
I think it's a good concept.
I
yeah,
like it.
very good. Did you finish all your questions, by the way?
I'm checking. Let's see.
Silver Sleuth, do you work nights? We were just talking about you, and I don't know if you were here or not. He says the
Yep,
YouTube Shorts AI is free.
went through all of them.
Cool. Silver Sleuth said Reveille is 3:30 for him, so he gets up at 3:30. That's a baller,
I
right?
I call that ass o'clock. That is ass o'clock.
That's O Dark 3:30.
I didn't know YouTube Shorts AI is free. I
It
think that's
is,
what
yeah,
I think that's what LBS uses a lot. I don't know how to do that shit.
yeah. He does use the YouTube Shorts AI.
Oh, listen, when I type in a description and I try and do at somebody and tag somebody, it doesn't even work on my phone.
Uh,
So
you, you're doing something wrong then.
well, I'm
Well,
doing a lot of things wrong.
where do you do the tag? Do you do the tag when you post it, or do you do the tag like some other time? Because
No matter which way I do it, it doesn't want to work.
because whenever I post, all I do is hit the @ symbol and names start popping up.
Does that for me too, but then they disappear before I can even tap on them. I have to
Oh,
like
That's what
two
happens
finger
to
it and
me.
tap
Like
it real quick.
they'll just appear for like a split second and then they go away completely.
that's a
Yeah, you
glitch.
gotta like two
That's a
tap it. You
bug.
gotta like tap
Yeah.
one and then tap the other real quick. You gotta
That's a
have two
bug in
fingers
in
ready.
the app, though. That's what that is. That happens to me too. And then if you just type like one letter, like say I want Vegas Stacker, I'll type V. It pops up again. You go to hit it, and it's like
It doesn't
disappears.
work. I don't.
Well, speaking of
It's
tapping,
looking nice.
gentlemen, I'm gonna have to tap out. It's about my pumpkin time. But I wanted to thank you both sincerely for having me on the live stream. It's been a real pleasure, and I love talking to you guys and bullshitting. And I'll do it again whenever. It's been great.
Well,
Thank you for being on. We
And
greatly appreciate it, and it is
I'll say
always
goodbye
fun.
to my emotional support, LBS. I really hope that he is back in the flesh soon. And yeah, I had a great time.
Thank you,
well,
enormous. We greatly appreciate it. You are always welcome, my friend.
Awesome. And of course, I'll be seeing you guys around.
hey, you know what I didn't ask you? Let me ask you this: Where
Yeah.
did you get your name, Emperor Wang?
You remember the movie Flash Gordon from the 70s?
Okay.
There was a porno version made called Flesh Gordon in the 70s, and the villain in that movie was called Emperor Wang.
That's great, dude.
So the secret's out. That's where it came from.
So it came from Flesh Gordon.
Flesh Gordon. Classic cinema.
That's like
Yeah.
Steely Dan, right? You know what that was named after?
No.
It's named after like a steam-powered dildo from the 1800s or something.
Oh shit! This changes everything I know about Steely Dan.
Yes, a Steely Dan was like supposedly like a big dildo from the 1800s or something.
Huh. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I'll remember that for the next bar trivia night.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that, maybe we should close the show. Holy crap.
Well,
Thank you, Ewing. Greatly appreciate it, brother.
same. See you guys around. Take care,
Thanks,
and
Emperor.
everyone in the chat. Thank you for hanging out with us. I appreciate it.
Talk soon, man.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
See, now I'm picking. I'm picking Littlefoot's brain here now. I want more action on this AI stuff. He said Gemini. I don't know anything about Gemini.
See you, Becky. Have a good night. All right,
Where
well,
was it?
it's a little over 2 hours. Why don't we call it a night?
Sounds good to me. Booty Girl was in here as well. She said, "Great seeing y'all." 3D Woodworks, everybody. It's been a good chat as always. Been a good stream as always.
Yep.
Greatly appreciate everybody for being in here. 49s, thank you for showing up. Sorry you showed up at the end. Appreciate you stopping in. Appreciate you shouting us out. Silver Sleuth, thank you for being here. Retired, wakes up whenever he wants. Rakamas, hey, Rakamas just showed up, I think. Littlefoot, thank you for all the information. 3D Woodworks, thank you for the super chat supporting the shipping of the giveaway. Silver State Stacker, thank you as always. Littlefoot 3D Woodwork, Littlefoot Staker Dividend Maker, greatly appreciate it. I have your package will be in the mail this week. Sorry, reading one of your texts. Stuart was in here. Thank you, Stuart. Being Becky, Aunt Becky, always great to see you. Booty Girl Stacking, always great to see you as well. One of these days we have to have you back up here on stage.
Thinking, well, we'll talk about that. We have somebody lined up for Monday next week, but maybe Saturday morning would work for her better.
I believe this Saturday I have Rob Numismatic lined up if he comes through, I believe.
Yep.
And then next Monday night will be Stacker Factor.
All
So
right.
that's the lineup for next week. If anybody is interested in seeing those guests.
All right.
Cartier Silver,
I'll
thank
talk
you for
to,
stopping in.
I'll message Booty Girl. See, maybe next Saturday we can get her in.
Perfect, perfect. 49 says she still wants Diabolical Debbie. That would be an awesome, interesting stream.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that, man. I'm thinking like, I might not be able to sleep that night.
49s, when you do a live, you go ahead and reach out to Diabolical Debbie, and you can have her on your live stream.
Yeah. I know 49s was actually 49s emailed me. I'm sorry I didn't answer you back, but you freaked me out the other day, dude. You were like, "Oh, bro, you gotta have this chick on." It was funny. I
That
didn't
would
answer
be an
you back.
interesting
I
one.
apologize. What's that?
That would be an interesting one.
It would be, yeah. Very. Maybe LBS can have her on.
There you go. I think he said he would be down for that. Him and Silver State said they would do the whole
Get a Ouija board out and get her in. Yeah,
the Ouija board and some candles, and they're all set.
absolutely.
3D Woodwork says he'll be praying for that stream. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
everybody
no
will be.
doubt. I don't know if I might be sick that night.
My phone might overheat. I don't know.
All right. Well, listen, I'm gonna pack it up because it's 12:19 on
In
the
that
East
year
Coast,
time, yeah.
and I got to get up at 5:19. So
All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Greatly appreciate it. Enjoy your week. We will see you hopefully in the chat on Saturday. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.
appreciate everybody as usual. Have a good night, everybody. Take care. We'll see you next Saturday.
Later.
Bye bye. Bye for now.